Okay, team, hey, here is an example for the chapter for FlipGrid assessment. So you are going to have to find the slope between 2 points using the graphing method and using the slope formula. If you don't have graph paper, then I recommend just flipping to page 69 in your workbook. There's a coordinate plane there. You're welcome to use that coordinate plane in case you don't have any graph paper. And here's what you ought to do. For the graphing method, you should first write down the 2 points that correspond with your last name. Then I want you to plot those points in the coordinate plane. And then I want you to use a straight edge. Doesn't have to be a ruler. It could be the edge of a book or something very straight, but draw a very nice line. Then I want you to show me how far up you had to go and how far over that you had to go to get your slope, and make sure you write it as a slope, rise over run. And that would be an adequate explanation of how you find the slope using a graph. All you got to do is plot the points very nicely and then show me how far up and how far over you had to go. Now, notice I used a pencil would probably be fine. I used a black pen because I knew it's going to stand out very nicely. Also, notice I'm in a pretty well-lit area. Please do so. Also, a good idea at some point is just to hold it up to the camera still for a few seconds so that you're sure that I can see it very clearly, at least at some point during your video. The second part is using the slope formula to find the slope between 2 points. So on a separate sheet of paper, write down those 2 points. Here are my 2 points. I'm writing them down. And then I'm starting with the slope formula. And I'm going to use it. So up top, I'm subtracting my y values. There's my y. There's my other y, 4 and 1. I'm going to subtract them. And then down below, I'm subtracting my x values. So here are my x values. I'm going to subtract them. And I like this example too because if I'm subtracting a negative number, because the slope formula is always subtraction, but if I have to subtract a negative number, then really that's just addition. That's really just 3 plus 5. And I get 3 over 8, which is the same thing I got using the graphing method. So I can feel really confident that I did the right work because I got the same answer both times. Okay, that's what you should do for your FlipGrid assessment. So thanks for playing.